Welcome back, one and all, and this is another look at the Mushoku Tensei series, or specifically the light novel series, otherwise known as Jobless Reincarnation. We are currently on volume 4 of the, I believe, 8 currently translated light novels. Anyway, so, where we left off last time, if anyone remembers, was that Rudy and Eris were stuck on the Demon Continent and were forming a guild known as the Dead End Guild with a Spurd. So, how are their adventures across the Demon Continent? Well, they are over. That's right, the Demon Continent adventure was a one was a one volume thing, as they find themselves at the very end of the Demon Continent at a port town at the beginning of this volume. Anyway, the gang have made it to a port town and are trying to cross the sea to the next continent, which would bring them closer to being home. But the worst enemy of any adventurer hits them: traveling fees. Because of Rigid's, being a Spurd, they have to pay an exorbitant fee that really basically calculates it would take them over a year to work up getting. So it's basically impossible for them to afford their way off the continent so quickly. So after a few chapters of anguishing and trying to figure out some money making strategies, including a quick chapter featuring featuring Roxy and a character who will be important later on, a very slutty elf will be very important later on. Rudy is at his wit's end before he basically decides to say fuck it and contracts some smugglers to get them across the sea. Yeah. So they even figure out how to get across the sea in the same volume, in the middle of the book too. So Rudy figures out a way to cross the sea by smuggling himself and Eris and Rajed across the sea, and gets involved in basically stopping said smugglers because they're smuggling children, and Rajed hates anyone who hurts children. And the smugglers aren't very nice too, so they get caught up in that incident, and then Rudy basically gets involved in accidentally being criminalized as being responsible for the kidnapping incidents, and is put in jail, which leads to some more humorous things. And this is a very honestly light volume. This is probably one of the lightest volumes so far. Like, a lot in terms of the plot happens, but at the same time, not a lot happens. It's like a weird combination of, yeah, a lot has happened to get us to this point, but at the same time, not a lot has happened. So it feels like it's a very short book this time around, despite the fact that, again, a lot of stuff does happen, and we have that quick Roxy cameo, and what Rudy gets up to after being arrested is also pretty entertaining. But yeah, I do want to mention also Rudy gets a new ability in this volume, but he basically deems it as pretty worthless right now. Like, he does figure out a way to use it, but also figures that he probably wouldn't be the best at using it at his current level. Uh, but that's basically it for this volume. Yeah, Rudy and Dead End basically spend the whole volume being adventurers, or basically dealing with the whole smuggling issue, and that's honestly interesting. And Rudy is at his rudiest, so he's basically being somewhat super horny and at the same time trying to not be a gigantic pervert at the same time, while also trying to play Mastermind in a game that's probably too big for his head. uh, and yeah, also I wanted to mention there's an entire, like, a good few chapters where Rudy spends an entire section because he's in jail, but that's naked. And I'll let you guys discover why he's naked in jail if you decide to pick up the book or read the manga. But because this is a pretty short one, and because the anime is a few weeks in and still relatively fresh, I want to go over the anime really quickly with the remaining time for this episode. So, we've been waiting for this anime, the Mushoku Tensei anime, for quite some time, and now it's officially here. You can watch it officially on Funimation if you have a Funimation account, or pirate it if you so choose. It's your decision. But anyway, at time of writing, we are 4 episodes in, and I'm going to go into these episodes, or at least give my general opinion on the anime, and it's all good. I don't want to go into the episodes specifically because they do some really good things. They don't immediately start off with the past life thing. They save his previous life or the more specific details of his death for episode 2 and jump straight into his reincarnation in episode 1. And it's a really well animated, very beautiful series. It's it's beautiful. The characters are all well animated and beautifully animated. The scenery is also very beautiful. The way magic looks is just it's god tier. I've never it just looks amazing. This is a really beautiful looking anime, and I recommend anyone who might be interested in watching the anime just watch it. Even if you read the light novel, just watch the anime. Uh, we don't know how many episodes this anime is going to get. I'm hoping it gets more than 12, considering the plot and everything, and how we're on. Like, if we're getting 12 episodes, we will be ending the series right around this volume, ironically. Because, the first 4 episodes took up volume 1, and then volume 2 would be Eris' stuff, and then we'd be getting straight into Demon Continent at the end of volume 3. So that honestly, that would be the first first 12 episodes, the first 3 volumes. Unless they decide to rush through some pacing and get them on the Demon Continent, but considering that this is a pretty light volume, this would be a pretty weak sauce to open up another season with. But yeah, there are rumors of a potential second and third season already on the way, and I wouldn't believe that so quickly if the Shield Hero didn't immediately get a second and third season renewal right after season 1 finished. So yeah, we don't know, and we won't know till we get official news. So yeah, anime is good. This volume is pretty good. Jobless Reincarnation continues to impress as a good series to get into. Still a light volume though, and yeah, that's it. This is short compared to the episodes I've done the past 2 weeks or 4 weeks, or past 2 times. And yeah, I'll see you guys here next time because we're gonna go into another light novel, and I don't think that one's gonna be as long of an episode as even this one. So yeah, until next time, everybody.